This may be a bit different and more my own stream of thoughts, but I wanted to take you guys on a really beautiful walk with me out in Hocking. I had someone recently ask me something along the lines of, why do I like being outside so much? And it genuinely had me stumped for a second, since I've never really had anyone ask me that before. I think I've grown so used to naturally gravitating towards being outdoors that I forget to take the time to process why it makes me feel so good and reflect on that. It kind of shows how easy it is to do things on autopilot, even the things that we love to do, instead of taking in the full experience on why we love it. It's so incredibly easy to not live in the present, and then we go through something that we love to do, and by the time we're done doing it, we're reminiscing on the past of when we'd done it instead of just living in that moment. I'm not really sure if it's a byproduct of environment, like the ease of access to social media at the click of a button, or some form of entertainment, or being overstimulated by so many other online factors. But I've noticed over time, the more I engage in that, the less present I feel in the world around me. So for me, sometimes it's nice to just take a break from it all. Of course, I'm not saying that's all to blame at all, since I have so much more going on in my life that could be a cause for running on autopilot sometimes, but I do wonder how much that plays a part in these moments of drifting through life, so to speak. I can definitely tell a difference when I step back from it and take some time offline every so often as just a refresher to get back to a more grounded place. It kind of feels like a veil gets lifted and all of a sudden everything is just a bit more clear, but maybe that's just me. I got sidetracked, but back to the original thought on why do I like being outside so much? I think there's multiple reasons. In a way, it feels like home for me. I spent so much time outside as a kid, running around outdoors, exploring the woods, jumping in puddles, playing in rain, getting dirt all over my clothes, catching bugs, and staying out from dawn until dusk that it almost feels more natural and comforting to be outside. I remember so many days I'd go back in the house and my hair would smell like the outdoors, and if you know, you know. Shoot, I mean, I was even outside eating grass and sand and just doing weird kid shit. Like, I don't know. And before you come at me, I know there is someone else out there who ate grass, okay? There's no way. Even as I got older and spent way more time playing like video games and being indoors more often, I still took that time to spend outside. It was always incorporated in my life in some way or another. So I'd be spending hours with friends at parks or borderline loitering and just walking around aimlessly. But being outside is more than just a comfort. It's a feeling of calm that's kind of hard to describe. I've always felt a bit better moving around or doing some sort of physical activity. I tend to feel very pent up and hyper stressed if I'm sitting around for too long or cooped up inside my house. I get overstimulated very easily, overwhelmed very easily, and so it's almost a way to just turn off all the noise for a second. For just those moments, nothing else in the world matters, and if you really let go, you can feel just how small some things are in the grand scheme of life. It's humbling in a way to realize how short our time and presence is on this earth. It makes some problems feel not so overwhelming, and in turn helps me with being more introspective on where I put my energy. So it brings clarity to some questions that would be hard to process while being cooped up indoors. They do say that taking a walk every day can help your mental health, and feeling a bit lighter may not work the first time, the second time, maybe even for like a week or more, but making it a part of your routine and being out in the sun can benefit you so much mentally. I always relate being outside all day to that feeling you'd get as a kid going to an amusement park or walking at the zoo all day. You feel so tired and drained, but so good, and you sleep so well. It's like the best sleep of your life. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It's that, like, I don't know, your like body just feels exhausted from the sun and like being out. I don't know. It's a great feeling to me. I think that's why I really strive to have a bit more outdoor hobbies every once in a while. Like, I love my video games. I love sitting down, relaxing and enjoying that. But then, you know, when I stop, I want to be outside. I want to be around animals or, you know, figure out something. Also, when I'm out, I'm always studying every little thing there is. I'm already a very hyper detail-oriented person. I'll observe everything I see down to the finest intricacy. I don't know if it's part of having that mentality to be more artistically inclined, where like you notice all these tiny like minute things, but that's how I am on a walk. So I can be the worst to go on a walk with because I stop and I stare at everything. I have to point everything out. I'm excited about everything. I mean, shoot, in my last video, I was excited about a bench. So for me, nothing really beats how beautiful nature is and how it helps bring a bit of that peace back when life is just constantly throwing tons of heavy hitters. I've even said that in my dream home, I would have the biggest windows so that even if I'm indoors, I can still feel connected to some extent with the outdoors. Like I just need it. I need it. So I guess that answers a bit of why I love being outside or outdoors, and maybe hopefully these random thoughts will encourage others to take even a few minutes of a refresher out if they can, to ground themselves or feel a bit more present. If not, I hope that the beauty of this walk can give even a tiny piece of that. I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys love about the outdoors, about being outside, or even like certain hobbies that you really enjoy, because I think it doesn't have to be just an outdoor activity or something like that. It's like a state of peace, and there's so many different things that can bring people peace. So I definitely want to hear what you guys get that similar feeling with, and kind of see, you know, how everybody differs and how everybody is also similar at the same time. But yeah, thank you for listening. This is definitely a bit different of a video, but I just felt like trying something a little new.